about most of the bikes here this afternoon. Yeah, I'm sure we have. Somerset Mac, MYD 413, 350cc, with a distinctive silencer on those in the fishtail. Looks for a rear line, 15 more, heels to the right. And the AJS CSR coffee shop.
Tried to make them a bit cheaper, so instead of having, they've got two cylinders up on there, one high pressure, one low, and instead of having an individual crank in each, they've just got the one, and so they drive onto the same crank, so there's less metal used and it's cheaper. We did miss the green Foden steam lorry that went past.
Yes, we did.
That's all the way up from Cornwall, that one.
How do they get them in? Do they just literally just drive them up and they cause quite large tailbacks?
No, they bring them up on a low loader.
Oh wow!
There's 2 or 3 engines here from Cornwall. That one has been, I think it was here, no, hasn't been here before as far as I know.
Meanwhile, here on our left in the commentary box is the Aveling and Porter R10 Roller 5623.
It's mine. Shall I talk about it?
Oh yes, please.
I don't know a thing about it. It's it was originally owned by Edison's, the big road making contractors in Dorchester. Then it went to Wiltshire County Council, and then in 1928 it went to Buncomb's of Highbridge, by which time it was 23 years old. But Buncomb's used it for a long time, and I have got a tax disc for it from 1963.
I've got to tell you, not just because you're sat next to me, Richard, I've got a load of information about that right here. It's yeah, I do. It was the last such engine built by Garrett's. It went new to the Bournemouth area doing forestry and timber work, then on to Yeovil on the same sort of work. It disappeared during the Second World War, potentially requisitioned, and was next recorded in Burnfield Sawmills in Northumberland. It was rescued from scrap by Jack Wakefield of Hassan Hull, with present owner Colin Savage of Cornwall. It did John O'Groats to Land's End in 2006, taking 11.5 days, and just had a complete rebuild, including a new boiler, all done by the owners, all done by themselves. That's a really impressive feat.
A lot of these rebuilds are done by the owners themselves because, one reason is it costs so much to get a proper boiler maker to do them. And to be fair, this is engineering that was available 150 years ago. So although people sometimes think it must be magic, it's fairly old. I know this is an interesting one coming past the commentary point now.
Very dapper driver.
It's a Fayre ploughing engine. If you look underneath it has a, so there's less metal used and it's cheaper. We did miss the green Foden steam lorry that went past.
Yes, we did.
That's all the way up from Cornwall, that one.
How do they get them in? Do they just literally just drive them up and they cause quite large tailbacks?
No, they bring them up on a low loader.
Oh wow!
There's 2 or 3 engines here from Cornwall. That one has been, I think it was here, no, hasn't been here before as far as I know.
Meanwhile, here on our left in the commentary box is the Aveling and Porter R10 Roller 5623.
It's mine. Shall I talk about it?
Oh yes, please.
I don't know a thing about it. It's it was originally owned by Edison's, the big road making contractors in Dorchester. Then it went to Wiltshire County Council, and then in 1928 it went to Buncomb's of Highbridge, by which time it was 23 years old. But Buncomb's used it for a long time, and I have got a tax disc for it from 1963.
I've got to tell you, not just because you're sat next to me, Richard, obviously, I'm not being biased or anything, but that is a really, really nice traction engine. Really like that.
It is lovely. There's another one very similar a little bit older than mine, again from Buncombe's, that you will see later on.
Speaking of steamrollers, number 5 is here. That is the Aveling Importer 5 HP E-type roller, and that's from Bob Yelland in Exeter, built by H. Douthwaite of Penrith and fitted with a winch drum and differential.
Yeah, it was new. It was new to Douthwaite's there.
And Son, we should probably point
Son,
out.
yes.
There's the Son there.
No,
maybe
you're
not.
not the Son.
I don't know. I'm being laughed at now. I don't know what's going on, but it's a very, very nice vehicle. It's got some varnished wood on it.
It is a little unusual to have a winch on a roller. You can't see it because, unfortunately, it's the opposite side, the inside of the arena, but it is around there.
Meanwhile, Leslie has arrived. Leslie being a Garrett type. Richard, what is this? R. & Garrett Sons Limited Engineers, that's all the way from Leston Works in England. Agricultural, that was used for agricultural contractors. I can't tell if it's raining or whether it's all the steam from the locomotives.
Leslie, that's just gone past, was the last engine actually built by Garrett's in the late 1920s.
Oh, well, I've actually got a load of information about that right here. It's a... In fact, yeah, I do. It was the last such engine built by Garrett's. It went new to the Bournemouth area doing forestry and timber work, then on to Yeovil on the same sort of work. It disappeared during the Second World War, potentially requisitioned, and was next recorded in Burnfield sawmills in Northumberland. It was rescued from scrap by Jack Wakefield of Hassan Leaholt with present owner Colin Savage of Cornwall. It did John O'Groats to Land's End in 2006, taking 11.5 days, and just had a complete rebuild, including a new boiler, all done by the owners, all done by themselves. That's a really impressive feat.
A lot of these rebuilds are done by the owners themselves because, well, one reason is it costs so much to get a proper boiler maker to do them. And to be fair, this is engineering that was available 150 years ago. So although people sometimes think it must be magic, it's fairly old. I know this is an interesting one coming past the commentary point now.
Very dapper driver.
It's a Fayre ploughing engine. If you look underneath it, it has a big winch drum underneath, and when it came to work, these would be at work in a field, one either end of a field, and they'd attach a plough to that winch cable, and they would pull a plough across the field, and then the one at the other end would pull it back later. And they did an awful lot of work there. They could do as much work as a modern tractor with a 5-6 furrow plough on it could.
Meanwhile, we've got number 6, a good load of WD-40 in the front, as you should have with any sort of vehicle. It's number 6, it's a Marshall 7HP FU 4677. Sean Anthony from Exeter owns this one. It was built in 1925 for the Royal Show Chester and supplied to Colson's of Hibaldstow. The present owner is the only third owner it's had from new.
The Foden wagon coming round in the front here, that's owned by Jesse Walrun from Pitstow, and he drives it everywhere. He drove it up here this morning, and if you look at obviously a wagon, it has a much higher turn of speed than some of the engines you see around.
Talking of slower vehicles, this one in front of us, talk us through this one. The flywheel is going great guns, but it's taking its time.
This is not a steam roller, this is what came after the steam roller, motor driven. That's got a Blackstone engine in it, still made by Aveling Importer that you've seen earlier, but this is the move away from steam towards motor rollers. And then this is a very rare occasion to see him on the footplate of his own engine. In fact, rare to see him on a footplate of any engine, come to think of it. 1902 that was built, and again that worked for many, many years. One of its last jobs was to roll the approach road to Hinckley Point, not the one they're building at the moment, the original Hinckley Point. So that was back in the 1960s, so it gives you again an idea of how long these rollers used to work for. We're getting there now. There's still an odd one coming around the arena. Again, another interesting engine, not seen here before, this one coming round. Wallace and Stevens, it's not in the programme. Your programme calls it a Plaistow barrel. Plaistow make a large number of models. They make all the castings and things, and you can buy bare castings, machine castings, the whole lot from them. And there it is, pulling quite a list. And behind it is, I think, one of Jerry's children. Yeah, one in a little electric.
It's not electric. I think he's steam powered.
No. Ah, Mr. Watts, isn't it? Number 23. Yeah, Mr. Watts from Dorchester. He's got it down as a freelance barrel showman, which means he's not precisely copied anything. A lot of these engines are very precise copies. Invalid carriages as a basis for them. Yes. It's not a kit. No, you can get them as kits, but that's not, is it, Jerry? Right. Now, you built that, didn't you? Yeah. There you are. Now get on your engine and move along, because you're holding things up.
Meanwhile, Elizabeth, or Charlotte, should I say, sorry, has arrived. I've read Elizabeth and I saw Charlotte. It's Charlotte here, Fayre family haulage plant.
It's a really pretty little engine. What
number is that, Dave? Can you get that? Number 7. 6-inch Garrett from 2013, owned by John Fayre of Pershore in Worcestershire. A very, very nice vehicle.
It looks like it's probably a half-size edition of Leslie sitting over there. Yeah, gentleman is nodding. Yep. Carry on.
Number 19, meanwhile, a 3-inch Marshall from 2000. Dick Rules, Limpshire Western Supermare, is the owner of that one, giving us a wave there. Very nice vehicle.
Satisfaction. A lovely engine it is too.
Here we go now with number 1. It's a 4.5-inch barrel agricultural called Rodwell from 2010, and that is Steve Algood of Weymouth in Dorset.
Another agricultural engine, as you see, with the spoked flywheel. That's it. Driven there by one Jordan Humphries, I believe, and carrying a fair size D-shackle by the look of it. No, you don't get D-shackles that big, surely. Engines, they are incredibly powerful.
Great deal of torque.
That, the one that just went past, the 4-inch McLaren, the owner was telling me that has pulled a 7.5-ton truck without any problem whatsoever.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Considering the size of that, and then imagine 7.5 tons being pulled by cyclists. It's not much bigger than a child's pram, really.
Exactly, yeah. As I say, they are amazingly powerful, as are the full-size ones. That's Green Brothers, when I was talking to the owner earlier on this morning, and really you do need to go and talk to them. They got some wonderful stories. But he was saying that the chap, old Tim, who was the name of the driver of it, had some tales that he told, and there's a hill at Dudley in outside Birmingham, and they used to pull a 60-ton transformer or something up this hill, and he would have to keep his hand on the regulator to keep that forward, and he had a pile of coal on the footplate.
Taunton steam rally. All steam engines that you can shape.
It sounds like an episode of Looney Tunes.
A sticker. Very exciting stuff. What more can I say? Whoa!
may have just become a game of no one's